Tip number 60: increase your exercise time gradually. Dramatic jumps in exercise time can leave your body exhausted and more prone to injury. Instead of increasing your workout routine by 30 minutes, increase it by 10 minutes a week for 3 weeks. Tip number 61: select an exercise pattern to suit your lifestyle. All of us have different lifestyles and professions, so follow an exercise routine that is suitable for you. Tip number 62: don't stand, walk. If you can walk about, then do so. Do not stand in a fixed position. Pacing about is a good thing to do. If you are thinking deeply about something, try pacing, it will aid in your thinking too. Tip number 63: don't sit, stand. If you can stand, then do not sit. The golden rule is to choose a position that is less comfortable. Tip number 64: don't lie down, sit. The rule that we mentioned above rings true here as well. Tip number 65: replace the comfortable couch and chairs in front of the TV. If you have less comfortable furniture in front of the TV, you are less likely to sit in front of it. Tip number 66: if you have a sitting job, stand up and stretch every half hour. Most jobs today are sitting jobs that are sedentary. By stretching every half hour, you help your body stay awake and your metabolism running, which helps burn fat. Tip number 67: while making telephone calls, try walking around. Tip number 68: use the stairs instead of the elevator whenever you can. If you have to travel to the 40th floor, take the elevator part way and walk the rest of the way. Tip number 69: smoking is bad for weight loss. Smoking may not contribute to weight loss, but smoking leads to other conditions like erratic eating habits and excessive dependence on things like coffee. Tip number 70: if you hate running, remember, you do not have to run a marathon to stay fit. 10 minutes of cardio each day is good enough for most people. Tip number 71: if you can't run, try walking. 15 minutes of brisk walking a day is enough to keep most people fit. Tip number 72: any distance is walkable if you have the time, so consider walking to places that you would normally drive, such as work or the market if they're not too far away. It may take you longer, but the health benefits will last you a lifetime. Tip number 73: it sounds strange, but some people have reported that they lost more weight when they drank black coffee before a workout. While there's no hard data to support this, nutritionists speculate that the caffeine in coffee makes the body rely more on fat for fuel during the workout. It's worth trying. Tip number 74: avoid drinking coffee in excess, as it tends to desensitize your body to the fat-burning effects of caffeine. Tip number 75: stop using remote controls. Get up from the couch and change the TV channel manually. Tip number 76: often when we come home tired from work, we tend to get others to do simple chores for us. These things are no big deal. They are things that we can do for ourselves, but we don't. Tip number 77: walk up and down escalators as if they were normal stairs. Tip number 78: during TV commercial breaks, get up and walk around. Reach over and touch your toes or do any simple exercise that will get the blood flowing. Tip number 79: wriggle your toes and your fingers whenever you can. This is a stress reliever and it gives you a chance to work your hand and leg joints. Tip number 80: turn on music and dance like wild. Let your hair down once in a while. Think back to the days of your wild childhood. Close the door of your room, turn on your sound system to the highest volume possible and do the wackiest dance you can think of. Jump on your bed and jump off it again. Roll all over the floor. Have fun. Tip number 81: carry a soft flying disc or frisbee with you. Toss it around and get up and go get it. This is also an excellent way to beat stress. It makes you feel good to throw something. Although it's not the throwing part that you are interested in, it is the fetching part. Each time you get up to fetch, you are giving yourself a chance to stretch your muscles and joints and get your metabolism working harder to burn more fat. Tip number 82: park at least a block away from your destination and walk the rest of the way. You might not have time to fit long walks into your busy schedule, so this is a way to ensure you get to walk for a little bit every day. If you take the bus or the subway, get off at an earlier station and walk the rest of the way. Tip number 83: when nobody is watching, try doing pelvic gyrations. Your midsection gets the least bit of exercise, so excess weight tends to settle there. Stomach crunches might be too strenuous an exercise to start off with, but gyrations are relatively mild. Pelvic gyrations make you thrust your midsection towards all directions, and this is the best way of tightening every muscle in that area. Tip number 84: tuck in your tummy whenever you walk. Get that proper gait and exercise your muscles at the same time. Tip number 85: try breathing exercises. Breathing exercises can lead to weight loss. If you are doing the breathing exercises properly, you will find that you can exert a lot of pressure on the muscles around the midsection. You can feel a tightening of these muscles each time you breathe in or breathe out. So breathe properly, it is good for you. Tip number 86: try yoga. Yoga is one of the best ways of losing weight. One of the benefits of yoga is, you learn to control virtually every muscle and joint of your body, so the issue of weight gain will cease to exist. Tip number 87: try massaging your partner. This is a fun way to lose weight. It is something that can give your partner a lot of pleasure and at the same time can help you exercise. Tip number 88: punch the air 50 times. It helps your cardiovascular system and jump-starts your metabolism. Tip number 89: instead of walking up and down the stairs one at a time, take them two at a time. Tip number 90: if you have a dog, take it for a run and let the dog lead you on. You will be surprised how much exercise a dog can give you. Animals are sensible enough to know that they need a lot of exercise, so let your animal walk you, and before you know it you'll be running. Tip number 91: join a dance class. Dancing is a wonderful way to burn off extra calories. When you dance, you are burning a lot of calories. Tip number 92: lean against a wall with your hands flat against the wall and your face very close to the wall. Use your hands to push your body away from the wall. It resembles a standing push-up and is easier than lying on the floor. Tip number 93: if there is a pool nearby, go for a swim as often as you can. Swimming is one of the best exercises to move your whole body. Tip number 94: play table tennis or basketball. Games are a fun way to lose weight. It is much more exciting to play a game than just work out by yourself. The best thing about games is, they are addictive. It is something you can look forward to, and there is no stress involved in the program. In fact, the more you play, the less you will consider this to be a part of your weight loss program. As you burn away those calories, you will also be able to expand your social circle. Tip number 95: any workout should start with a 5 to 10 minute warm-up and should end with a 5 to 10 minute cool-down session. Your body needs to reach a certain level of readiness before it can actually start responding to exercise. Tip number 96: do not carry your mobile phone, but leave it someplace where you can hear it ringing. When it rings, you have to get up to answer it. Tip number 97: while traveling in an elevator, raise up on your toes and then back onto your feet again. Do this several times. Also try flexing your buttock muscles. In fact, there are many muscles in our body that we can twitch and flex without inviting the attention of others. Even if others do notice you, it's no big deal. Tip number 98: undress and stare at yourself in front of your mirror. If what you see displeases you, then you have more reason to work out. Turn to your side and get a very good view of your side profile. This is an excellent way of checking whether you have a tummy that is starting to bulge or has bulged already. Tip number 99: if you have a banister rail or a balustrade that will support you, sit on it and pump your legs as if you are riding a bicycle, taking care not to fall off. This might sound like a crazy idea, but it's fun. And fun will keep you active. Tip number 100: do not slouch in your chair. Maintain an erect posture with your tummy tucked in. Slouching is a very bad habit. Not only is it bad for your back, but it also gives you a very flabby figure. Tip number 101: breathe in as strongly as you can and tuck in your tummy as much as you can. Hold it for a few seconds and slowly release your breath, taking care not to let out your tummy. Try to keep breathing like this at least 50 or 60 times a day. After the first day, you should feel the muscles of your stomach tightening each time you do this. Practice this for 20 days. At the end of the 20th day, you will have lost at least an inch.